Good morning. I'm Stampin' Dee, and this is Stampin' Thursday, and I get to be here with you this morning, and I always enjoy that. I look forward to Stampin' Thursday every week, and I spend the week before thinking of fun things to do, looking for new ideas, or maybe ideas that I haven't used in a long time, and this is one of those. This is an idea that, it's so easy, and yet I think it makes such a statement on a card. You look at it, and you go, well, I like that. How did they do that? So that's what we're going to look at today. We're looking at the Faultline Technique. Now, I heard that named by someone on another website, the West Coast Paper Crafter, called it the Faultline Technique, and that was a new name to me, a new name to an old technique. So that's what we're looking at this morning, and these are two of the examples. Before we get started, thank you for being here live. If you're with me live, I would love it if you would comment and let me know. And I hope you are encouraged to do this Faultline technique after you've watched it today. So let me know that you're watching. I'd love to know that you're here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for doing that. I know not everybody is free on a Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, and yet you faithfully watch my replays, and I thank you for that. And let me know. Just comment when you watch the replay that you watched it, and maybe that you're going to try this technique. And then I post this immediately on YouTube, and I have a lot of followers that watch on YouTube, and thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know where you're watching from, and what you think of the technique. So we're going to get started with this now. And these are the two that I've made, and I actually am making a set of cards using Unbounded Love. And I wanted to make this set of cards using these three: faith, hope, and love. And faith is being sure of what you cannot see. Love never gives up. Hope is believing in a brighter tomorrow. So I've already done faith, which you can see here, is being sure of what you cannot see. Love never gives up. And the one we're going to do as a demo is going to be hope, which is believing in a brighter tomorrow. So these can kind of go for any occasion. I'm also focusing on using my, Storybook Moments? Storybook Moments Designer Series paper, because I need to use that up. So that's what I'm focusing on. I'm using the colors that are listed on the Designer Series paper right here: Basic Beige, Boho Blue, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pebbled Path, Pecan Pie, and Wild Wheat. Those are the colors, and some of these have retired just recently, but nonetheless, those are the colors that I will be using on these cards, depending on the Designer Series paper that I'm focusing on for that particular card. So this card is done in Boho Blue, and that is one of the in colors that has retired recently, very recently. But I still have lots of it to use. So I used it on this one, and then Calypso Coral. And in fact, Calypso Coral is going to be the color that's going to tie these three cards together. So on this one, I used the strawberry paper, and I just fussy cut this and added it with dimensionals. So it's very simple, a very simple card to make. On this one, I used cherry cobbler here because the beets and the edges of the peppers were cherry cobbler. But I did use the Calypso Coral matte. And these two pieces came from the die cut set that comes with the Storybook Moments. So the little rabbit and the bundle of carrots, and then Never Gives Up. So those are the two I've already done. And this technique, you can just use it with so many different cards. This is a particular set, but in a particular designer series paper, but I just thought of so many ways that I could use this. But anyway, we're going to move on with today's card, and I'm going to use Calypso Coral as my card base. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. Move that over just a little bit. 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. That's our card base, and I've already pre-cut everything to make this go quickly. Hi, Kay. Good morning. Thank you for watching. I love it that you always make a point to be here and say something, and I love that. It makes my Facebook Lives so much more fun. So, thank you for doing that. All right, the designer series paper is the from this same bundle, and I chose the one that features the little houses. I just think that paper is so cute. And it's just got a lot of different colors in it, but it's got the Calypso Coral, it's got the blue, it's got some green and some brown. So I focused on those colors. My mat is going to be Pecan Pie, which is also retired. 4 by 5 1/4, that's going to be my mat. And then this is my designer series paper, and it is 3 7/8 square. So it's a 3 7/8 inch square. I'm going to put those right there so you can see them. Maybe not that high. I've got my camera down pretty low today. All right, so it is going to go right in here. And the paper that we're going to tear, and that's the technique that you use to get this look. I'm going to use Basic Beige and the Boho Blue, and I'm going to put the darker color on top, on the bottom, because I'm going to stamp on the top piece. So this is 3 7/8 by 2 3/4, and you cut 2 of them exactly the same. And then we'll cover the inside part in just a minute. I also fussy cut one of the houses, and I'm going to use that as my little focal piece on the front. So all I'm going to do is line these up and do a tear. Simple, simple, simple. And I want to give it some height. So I'm going to do that. That's going to be my bottom. This is going to be my top. And then I'm just going to spread it apart a little bit. And you can make your edge as much or as little as you want it to be. So I'm going to get it edge to edge. So I'm going to put my glue right here. I'm going to try to use my green glue, my Tombow. I think it'll come out. Yeah. I'm going to put it right there and right along there. And then I'm going to position this where I want it on top of it. Make sure my edges are even. So I'm going to get that done. And before I might as well go and glue it. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. So I'm going to stamp my hope on the bottom of this. And I'm going to use one of our new in colors, Secret Sea. I love to use this. And I believe that's what I used on these two. I hope so. So I'm going to ink up my hope. Oh, I have already stuck my finger in the glue. I mean, in the ink. All right. All right, we're going to stamp hope right here at the bottom. And get it straight. Hope. There we go. So I'll put this away. We'll do the inside in a minute because I want to go ahead and get these done. Now we're ready to do the bottom part. So I'm going to put my glue right on this. Put this on top. Give it a small edge. Make sure the edges are even. There we go. Now we have that torn look, and it's going to match. So we've got those ready. I'm going to set those aside, and we're going to get our base, card base set up here. So I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal. And mount this pecan pie mat onto the Calypso Coral. And I'm going to put my Designer Series paper right in the middle. So I'll go ahead and so I'm going to put it right in the center. Here we go. Now we're ready to add these pieces. And they're going to go just like that. It's going to go right up here at the top and edge to edge as much as possible. It might not be perfect, but it's all right. And get it down just a little bit. There. Looks like it does have a little bit of an edge over here. So hard to do when I can't see on top of it. There we go. All right, and then this is going to go right here at the bottom. Looks like, all right, and that's going to go right there. And then I'm going to take my little image that I cut out, and I'm going to mount it right there. I think I only need 2 of these. And it's going to go right there. All right, that's our our front. Now, I've also got some gems. And these are the iridescent foil gems. Excuse me. And I'm going to use my Take a Pick tool. I'm looking to see, I think I'm going to put 2 up here. Maybe right here. And 1 right down here. Kind of focus your eye down. 1 right there. There we go. Now you could add more. I wanted these cards to be simple. I wanted the focus to be on the, ooh, I don't want that pin there. I want the focus to be on the sentiment. And we're going to do the inside now. So I've got pecan pie again for the inside. I think it's the same size. And this is our inside piece. This is, again, is 4 by 5 1/4. And this one is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this before I put it on, just in case I mess it up. So let's get it stamped. Is believing in a brighter tomorrow. Hope is believing in a brighter tomorrow. There we go. All right, and we're going to get this adhered. Centered. And then we'll put this inside. And that is our card. There it is. And for your envelope, you can use pieces of the Designer Series paper to add something to your envelope. But there we have it. Faith, hope, and love. But featuring the Faultline technique. And doesn't that give it just an interesting look? It's just different. It's just something different. And it also allows you to highlight your Designer Series paper, which I always love to do. I like cards that highlight the Designer Series paper. So that's it. All these measurements will be listed on my blog. So you can go to the blog, you can find the measurements, you can see pictures of the cards, photos of the cards to help you out, and a link to the video. So let me get these down a little bit and get this on the screen. stampinddiddyspot.blogspot.com. And it was a short video today, but I did want to show you this technique. I hope you like it. I hope you'll give it a try. What an easy technique to do. What an easy one. All right. So next week we are going to do mystery, make it together, and on Wednesday I will post the measurements that the different pieces that will be used, and you have those ready, and we will make that card together step by step. I'll be making it, and you will make yours along with me. It's a fun way to come up with a mystery card because we'll use different papers and different colors, but we'll be making the same layout, the same design. And it's fun to see how it turns out. And so I hope you'll join me next Thursday at 10 o'clock for Mystery Make It Together. All right. So that's it. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment and let me know. If you're on the YouTube, subscribe and hit the bell, and then they will let you know every time I post a video. And I do that about once a week. So you won't be bombarded with notifications. But thank you, Kay. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll give it a try. And thank you to those who are watching the replay and YouTube. And I hope you have a blessed weekend. So for now, God bless. Bye-bye.